ballroom dancer James Jordan could scarcely disguise his frustration after fellow Strictly star wife Ola Jordan brought his car back in a considerably worse condition. Bemoaning his totally flat tire, his irritation turned to humor as he ridiculed female drivers in view of his 239,000 followers. However, feisty Ola hit back by insisting that 90% of his followers were female, requiring him to tread carefully. "So this is what happens when you let your wife take your car for the day," he began. "It comes home with a totally flat tire where she's rammed it up the curb, exploded the tire, tire's gone, scuffed all the wheels," he exclaimed. Then he insisted, "I know all the old jokes about women not being able to drive, but the reason they're funny is because it's true. Women generally are not as good at driving as men, and then you get home and ask us to put the spare tire on, so we can get it somewhere where we can get it changed, because you can't do that either. Just facts," he sneered. Then he exposed wife Ola on the video, identifying her as the culprit, while the couple's 2-year-old daughter Ella, totally unaware of the drama, waved innocently at his phone camera. "Just got back indoors and Terry's the culprit," he narrated. "I'm gonna buy her a bumper car for her birthday. Ola did kindly remind me that 90% of my followers on Instagram are women, but hopefully you take my humor with a pinch of salt, although, as I said before, the reason things are funny is because Terry's always a grain of truth to it." This isn't the first time that Dancing on Ice champion James has mocked his wife over her driving, as last year he called her out for damaging the alloy wheels on his car on International Women's Day. "Seems quite apt that the _ Jordan would do this today of all days #International Women's Day," he sniped. Meanwhile, many of James' female fans had blamed him for the mishap, accusing him of irresponsibility for not buying a car with decent parking sensors. This time around, James claimed he'd had some brilliant comments, but conceded that unfortunately most I can't share because of the terrible language. He shared some anonymous responses of women agreeing with his controversial statement, with one writing, "Absolutely, am the woman and forever saying the women drivers." Another confessed, "I really hate to agree with your sexist comment, however similar happened in our house not long ago. I have to agree with everything you are saying. Listening to you is like listening to my husband. I scraped all down the side of our car trying to be careful." Another female Instagram user also showed support for James by reassuring him, "Oh well, this granny finds you hilarious. Anyone that gets offended by your humor is a pain in the lols." Meanwhile, another commented, "Even I look at women driving and think get women like that gives us women drivers a bad rap. I must drive like a man as I'm awesome." However, not everyone was quite so forgiving of James' jokes, with one dismissing, "Jog on, what a load of MCPCPU talk," and another jibing, "Can you use a washing machine?" Undeterred, James concluded of the episode, "Glad to see that 90% of the women on here have a sense of humor. The other 10% clearly have no banter or are just wannabe men." Ola Jordan finds it funny and isn't offended for those saying she is. "I still love you all even if you are not a great driver.